So you're actually looking to master Blender in 2024, but then you don't exactly have a roadmap to achieving that, right? Now, in today's video, I'll be sharing tips with you on how you can actually master Blender easily in 2024, probably within 6 months or less, all right? So before we jump into the video, I'd really appreciate if you guys can subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share with your creative friends as well. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So the first step to mastering Blender is actually quite simple. You need to first of all set very clear goals. Why do you want to learn Blender in the first place? What is the purpose of you learning Blender? Is it for graphic design? Is it for game design? Is it for animation? Is it for product modeling or visualization? All right. What do you seek to achieve with Blender? Do you desire to narrow down on a specific niche, or do you simply want to be a 3D generalist? All right. One advice that I would give based on personal experience is that start by generalizing your scope. What I mean is that dabble into every aspect of Blender, okay? Gain knowledge about texturing, modeling, sculpting, motion tracking, compositing, grease pencil, all of that. Gain basic knowledge about them. And then after that, you can come back and then take a closer look at them and then choose the one that you want to narrow down on, study it, and then master it to the core. Alright, so now that you are certain about what exactly you want to achieve with Blender, it's time for you to choose your learning path. And of course, you can start by buying a couple of courses online from websites like Udemy, like Skillshare. But of course, there is YouTube as well. And one thing I love about Blender so much is that her community is literally so large that you can get videos and tutorials on any aspect of Blender that you want to learn. But then of course, if you really want to master Blender, you know that you have to invest in a couple of courses here and there as well. And the number one beginner tutorial that I can recommend to you is the donut tutorial by Blender Guru. All right, you can check that out as well. And also make sure that you make use of some online communities that are available to you. Our consistency is key if you really desire to master Blender or literally any skill at all. All right, now there are several practice routines out there on the internet that you can actually lay your hands on, and then you can use them to practice Blender. But then I'm going to share a couple with you that have actually worked for me. And then the first one is that you need to start with maybe a couple of days. All right, maybe 7 days, then you move to 14 days. From 14 you move to 21, from 21 you move to 30. All right, and then you keep challenging yourself in that particular order. If you think you can extend it more, then you extend it more, but then you need to first of all analyze yourself and see your strength, how far you can go. All right, and then one thing that I understand is that sometimes you are so eager to create cool stuff, okay, and that is very okay. But one thing I want you to understand is that you need to start by creating some basic stuff. Understand the basics, all right? So start with modeling cups, modeling tables, modeling mugs, modeling spoon, cutleries, and all of that. The basic stuff. From there, you can move to the intermediate objects, all right? You can start with a mobile phone. You can continue by creating maybe a pomade and then all of that. And then from there, you can go to creating the cool stuff, like maybe trying to model a car or trying to model a cat or maybe a sci-fi object or any of that, okay? And for the cherry on top for this aspect, I've made a list of models that you can use in your practice sessions, and then I've linked them in the description. You can check it out and then download them, and then I hope that it ends up being helpful to you. Personal projects are actually quite helpful. They can help you to fill up your portfolio and all of that, but then you also need hands-on experience as well. And the best way for you to gain this project-based experience is for you to collaborate with creatives on projects that actually align with your goals and your visions, okay? You can also offer your services or your skills on websites like Fiverr, Upwork, and then Freelancer, okay? On these websites, you can gain experience on how you can relate with clients. Beyond that, you need to also push yourself, make sure that you push yourself beyond your comfort zones as well. Now, Blender has evolved rapidly within the past couple of years, and of course, staying updated is very vital for your progression as a Blender artist. As at now, the most recent release is the 4.0, and then this release actually comes with a lot of new and updated features, and they are actually quite amazing. And one thing I love about Blender is that their updates are actually faster as compared to the other 3D softwares, okay? So I have left a link to their website in the description. You can always go check it out and then check out the new updates that they have in the 4.0. Now, the last tip I'll share with you guys is that you need to also get engaged with any kind of Blender community at all. It can be on WhatsApp, it can be on Instagram, it can be on Twitter. One advantage of being involved in the community is that you are able to share your work, and then you get constructive criticism. You get a lot of people appreciating your work as well. And then you can also engage in discussions or conferences that actually help build your knowledge about Blender. And then I'm sure that within a couple of months you would know a whole lot about Blender. So there you have it, your roadmap to mastering Blender in 2024. Remember, it's all about dedication, practice, and being an active member of the Blender community. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate if you can subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and hit the bell notification icon as well. And of course, share with your creative friends too. Now, if you are looking to get started with modeling in Blender as a beginner, I think you might want to check out this video. So until next time, stay creative.